Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am doing a mini card today, and let me explain how this all got started. I was blessed. I get blessed a lot with people who just hand me stuff that they no longer are using in the crafting world. Guys, if you're a crafter, let everybody know you're a crafter, because if they have stuff that's left at home that's crafty, they'll call you and give it to you. And you can always say no. But I've been blessed with so much free stuff. Anyway, one of the items that was given to me were these little envelopes, and inside these envelopes are just envelopes. They are so cute. She had she enjoyed making envelopes, so they're little tiny envelopes that could be used for gift cards. And I decided this year that I was going to challenge myself to just reach in to, I have probably close to 100 of these little bags of envelopes, and all of them are different. And the cool thing is I don't actually have any of these papers. She used all the papers to make the envelopes, which means I don't have the papers. So I decided that I am going to challenge myself to just reach in, grab a random envelope bag, and see what type of mini card that I can make out of it, because mini cards are really becoming more and more popular. So, yesterday's bag that I reached into was this. So, it's a very, very, very cute little graduation theme. I'll get a little bit closer so you can see it. It's diplomas and hats, and it is very, very cute. So I started to play around with that, and I came up with this. And this is the card that we are going to make together. Just says congratulations, and then on your special day, there's still plenty of room for somebody to write something. There's even room over here, and a gift card fits in lovely, and it's still got bling, and it's still got dimension, and it's very pretty. And I chose colorful themes because of the local schools here. I don't know all of them, but I do know that one was blue, I know that one is red, I know that one was green, and I was pretty sure one was purple. But you could always just do black if you wanted to leave it kind of all school, all occasion. So this is the one that we're going to work on together. And again, it will be made from stamp sets that I already had. There was no purchasing involved, which is my favorite type of crafting. So I will share this with you guys. See, I got this one. It's so beautiful. Isn't it just really, really cute? Yeah. Again, I wasn't paying attention, so you flip it open. The sentiment's on the wrong side, and it's upside down.
That one just goes to Dennis.
Yeah, my daughter keeps telling me I need to give this to my son this year when he graduates. But I do this, guys, at least once a project. If I am mass producing a card, I promise you there will be one card that is in some way, form, backwards, unusable. I'm going to end up cutting it and have this piece to be a scrap. But I just had a laugh, and I wanted to share it with you guys in case, like me, you're that person that things get away from. So, but I will, because it's otherwise correct. I'll leave it up here for kind of like my design thing. So get these stamps out of the way. Now we're going to start with our paper. Now, for this particular envelope size, my card size is going to be just over 2.5 inches wide and just longer than 7.5 inches, which means on an 8.5 by 11 inch, I can get 4 cards and still have plenty of room for the sentiments in order to do these pop-ups. So this is one of those card things that will go a long way. So I'm using, this is my daughter's favorite cutter. So she says she likes it better because it's easier for her to deal with. So I go to 2.5, and then I just went a smidge over. Some other cards that I did exactly at the 2.5 mark, and they worked out well too. But yesterday I was like, I wonder if I could kind of maybe break the envelope, so to speak, and go a little bit further. And I was able to go a little bit further. Whoops, I need to open this so that I can get to 7.5. So I am holding this upside down because it just makes it easier for me, because then I don't have to get my head all the way over here because the numbers are all the way over there. So 7.5 and just a smidge more. That seems a little bit short. Let me double check something. Alright. I'll show you that one later. Double check your measurements. Oh, you know why? Because I cut lengthwise instead of the widthwise. Okay, so if you cut widthwise, you're going to get 3. This is another way you could do it. You're going to get 3 out of these. If you cut them along the 11.5, you'll get 4. But when you cut along the 8.5 side, which is a good thing to do because it will make sense too, you would end up with a layering piece if you wanted to layer as well. So let me just set this off to a side and go ahead and fold it. So just fold it in half. I don't have my bone folder handy, but I have a wood block. There we go. So by having this left over, you can easily trim it down and have a layering piece. So if you wanted to do layering cards, you would cut across the 8.5. If you wanted to just make it a single card, then you would cut it there. Now, along the 11, and you'll get 4. I like to smooth out. I guess my blade is it's so well loved, and it kind of rolls up the paper a little bit. So I'm just going to smooth that out. Okay, so let's get some Stamp Up. I'm using Stampin' Up! Ink. You could use any ink you want today. We are using Rose Red and Garden Green and Perfect Plum and Night of Navy. So, we got that. Quick tip. These, does anybody recognize what these are? I bet you do. These are, if you ever get those edgers for painting so that it goes right up against the ceiling and you can edge like corners and everything, that's what these are. So for like 97 cents, I got a package of 2. And this is my Stampin' Scrubber. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my stamp cleaner. I got one that I mark wet, another one that's marked dry. And then when the time comes to clean them, for 97 cents, I have a stamp cleaner. And I believe that I heard that idea from Lindsay on the Frugal Crafter. She was the one who came up with that idea. So I can't even take ownership of it. However, sharing is caring, and I definitely care about you guys. So I'm going to start with the Night of Navy. Get it inked up really good. I have just a piece of scrap paper that I'm going to hold off here to the side, and so I can get right up to the thing, score line, and then I can go over it as well, because we are creating our own background. And I don't worry about these little imperfections. They do not bother me at all. However, I did need a second sheet of paper, and I didn't cut it. So let me cut that real quick, because I have 2 of these suckers to do now. So, because I have to redo the one that I messed up on. Does anybody else do that? Like you get halfway through your project, or you get started on your project, and then you realize, oh, well, I didn't do half the stuff that I needed to do. I don't have all the stuff out that I need to have out. I do that all the time. It's like, oh, I almost need to come up with a checklist. I'm going to kind of just cheat a little bit here rather than having to pull out the other one. I'm going to use the scrap piece to measure how much my scrap piece should be. So if that's the same, this should be about the same. But yeah, I need a checklist or something when I'm crafting or organizational, because I am always, or maybe that's just the way our brains move. Maybe some of us are just those people that as you go along, you're sitting there thinking, oh, wouldn't this be great? Oh, wouldn't that be great? Oh, Adrian, couldn't you learn how to fold a card? Oh, I'm telling you guys, if you ever have the chance to come and craft with me, A, I would love it. B, you would find out that I am a serious hot mess. But that's okay. Hot messes are important in the craft room. They make everybody else look so good. Besides, there is nothing that a good slicing tool can't fix. Okay. So, might as well do all of your stamping of each color at one time. So there's the blue. There we go. Now I can get back to work. So, I want the tassel showing up on this one a little bit more. There we go. And I'm just kind of, when I came up with this, I was thinking of, you know, that last minute when they graduate, how everybody just throws their hats up into the air. That is really the look that I'm trying to mimic with the with these hats just being all over the place. I just was like, oh, wouldn't that be fun? Kind of have your hats flinging in the air and just kind of toss it around, you know, give it a little bit of a twist as you're doing it. Let pieces of it maybe, whoops, go off the sides every now and then. I am so sorry, you almost fell on me. So, if you guys saw my taping setup, you would laugh at that too. I will try not to shake the table so much because my camera setup does not like that. Oh. There we go. I do love these ink colors. They're just vibrant and they're very pretty. So, and that is as simple as it can be. Alright, so now moving on to the green. Oh, that one wasn't me, guys. That was my cat, McGonagall. So at any moment, you're probably going to hear from my cat because he gets all like, why are you up in my business? Why are you here on my table? He has claimed this table to be his and his only. So, stamping can be very quick and it can be very fun. I mean, there are times that I have everything pulled out and I've just like invaded the table. And then there's times that I can have just a very few elements out and do just as much. And with these mini cards, they are perfect for gift certificates and little quick thank yous. And McGonagall, you're going to end up with a blue tail in a second. You are. So he does not like to share. Oh my goodness, he does not like to share this table. He's going to get over himself, though. So at any rate, what was I saying? They're very versatile. That is a good word for you. Versatile. So, alright, last one with the hat. So, normally, I would not walk you guys through 2 cards. I just wouldn't do that. I know that that's a lot, but I also didn't expect that I would have to redo one of my cards. See? Clean. Because of my inability to just pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay. So now I'm going to use just some dye pigment, black ink. and I am going to do the congratulations. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save my cat's tail. I do not need these colors anymore, so let's just take a skinny minute to get these put away. I am not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I just enjoy their products. So, but if you like it, I can get you in touch with my Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, or you can find them. They are all over YouTube. So, alright, so this is congratulations. I'm not worried about the fact that it's all going to be black, because I'm going to be putting sequins on it anyway. And for me, I'm using the dye ink because my black memento just needs to be re-inked. I'm not dye, sorry, pigment ink. My black memento needs to be re-inked, so I'm not getting this vivid black that I wanted. But my daughter for Christmas got me a whole bunch of little ink cubes, and they were pigment ink cubes, which was very cool because I have very little in the way of pigment inks. So I am just going to use one of the scrap pieces of paper, and I'm just going to put that there. Now, if you wanted to, you could ink this up with your markers. You could use the Zig Clean Field, any Tombow water markers, Stampin' Right water markers. As long as it's a water-based marker, you could use that. And then you could just do the congratulations, and then you could ink up the two, like, confetti things, different colors. So, here we go. I love that idea. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you very much. Okay, so now this has had a little time to dry. So I'm going to take a moment to get the inside of it stamped. And this time I'm going to take a moment to make sure that my cards are facing in the right direction. And that I'm stamping on the right side. And this just simply says, on your special day. And I'm going to stamp it a little bit closer to the top. I know that typically with carding, you kind of pay attention to like 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. But because this is a mini card, and because I want to make sure that there's plenty of room to write something, I'm not really following the 1/3. I'm following more of the 1/4. And I'm just putting it up towards the top. So a little bit of a smudge, but considering the other one was upside down, we'll take it. That one will go to my son. Oh, that one got a little extra kiss on it, so that one gets to go to my son. He gets the extra kiss. There we go. Stamping is done. Yay, we survived the stamping portion. Oops. I'm going to give that a second to dry. Alright, so now, because it's a smaller card, you really have to kind of cut this out by hand. I looked at some of the die. You might have a skinnier die set. I looked at some of the banner cuts that I have, and they were a little bit wider than what I wanted for the card. So I've decided I'm just going to cut it by hand to kind of bring it down. You're still going to end up with a beautiful banner when it's all said and done, because we are going to ink the sides, which will give it definition and kind of a distraction from it being one layer. The easiest way to do these things is what you just saw me do. Use a long scissor, and then one cut across. Now, to ink up the sides, I'm using the Hero Art Sapphire that came in their November kit, and I'm doing it in this instead of the Night of Navy because I already had a sponge topper attached to it, and my laziness didn't want to get up and get another sponge for the Night of Navy. And it's a close enough match to do what we're doing. So you just want to sponge the sides, but if you can, you know, if you're not lazy like me, which probably explains why they don't always turn out okay, getting a sponge and using one of the colors you had already used would be the best thing. This is so super simple. And I got another Christmas gift. I got these little mini spongers for Christmas. So this was definitely a good Christmas to be a crafter. So there we go. I'm going to use this to wipe my own fingers off on. This is why I always wear dark colors. Okay, there we go. So we got all the inking done. We got all the stamping done. So I do need to get my my pickup. Knew I was forgetting something to pick up. Okay, so to pop this off, I am just using some 3M foam tape and just running it across the back. Those cats, they are so funny. They are super funny. So, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. My husband, to kind of help me out and be supportive of this YouTube channel that I'm trying to do, bought me editing software. Isn't he a sweetheart? He bought me some editing software. So, this will be the first video that I use the editing software instead of what comes with just a YouTube channel. So, I am looking forward to editing this and see how it works out. Whoa, almost forgot. I'm telling you guys, I'm terrible. A gel pen in gold. I just took the white areas of the tassel and I went over it in gold. And you still see the blue ink and all the ink. I kind of tried to stay, in the lines to kind of keep the ink visible. Well, this just adds a little special pop. Kind of gives them a little bit more je ne sais quoi. A little extra special thing. So, I think everybody who makes it to graduation graduates with honors. So, they're the honor of the family. Not to take away from those of you who do graduate, but it's a special day for everybody. Whether you graduated with honors or not, this is a huge accomplishment. You made it through a commitment. It's a mark of moving on with your life or adulthood. I'm going to, from this point on, finish this one separately because it doesn't have any stamping. So I won't hold you guys to that one. So, okay. And then you just put your congratulations card on it. So, congratulations, right there. Alright. And then comes the sequins. So, for this, I'm using just the Tombow glue pen. And my quick pick, which was another Christmas gift. It was fun to be a crafter in this house for Christmas. It truly was. There we go. Got it flowing now. Ah! Scratch paper. Even better. Get a phone. You could use Tombow Mono. If you had Ranger, you could use that. I know that if some of the other crafters were here, they would be using the Ranger or even the Art Glitter Glue. There we go. I have the Tombow. I have found that because my sequences have holes in them, The Tombow has a property that is wonderful as far as it will partly dry and then be sticky so you can use it as a temporary adhesive. And my experience has been when I used it behind the sequins, the little hole area always stays sticky. It's just part of that property that Tombow has. So I picked up one of these and I decided I'm going to try the little ballpoint pen. And it can be a little bit cantankerous getting it started. It truly can. However, as you can see, once you get it flowing pretty good, it does just fine. There you go. And it doesn't take long at all. You see, they're not going anywhere. So there you go. There is another congratulations card. So, okay. I don't know. Maybe I should be holding it this way. I don't know. And then it goes, it fits perfectly in these little envelopes. So I didn't worry about giving you necessarily the dimensions of exactly how to cut the paper because, like I said, I'm dealing with envelopes that are pre-cut. You see, it fits right in. It is lovely. Alright, so I'll finish that. Show you some of the other ones that I've done. Let me get my mess kind of halfway picked up here. So, there we go. Some of the other ones that I did from a previous day challenges, I came up with the orange and white. The very first one I reached in for was orange and white. And I used the Tasty Treats, I think is the name of it, stamp set from Stampin' Up. And it says, let's talk about how great you are, or how awesome you are. Again, I'm going to turn it both ways because I just don't know. Little tacos. And this I just colored with water and left it blank. I thought that was really cute. And then Puns Intended. It's another stamp set. Both of those, by the way, happen to be free celebration stamp sets. Yeah. I shop once a year. I buy big and get all the free celebration stuff I can. See, this says Newsflash. Again, I'm going to turn it because I just don't know how the editing is going to turn out. I just thought it was very cute. Newsflash, you're awesome. And this one I layered. I had some layering, orange and black, and this extra layering piece. So this is where you could use the layering. And again, I just left it blank on the inside because that allows me to finish it off. So there you go. There's your examples today of simple and quick mini cards and challenging yourself. And I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you for hanging out with me during this video. We'll see how editing goes. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave some comments in the comment section below. And I look forward to seeing you guys later. You have a blessed day. Bye.